From the mud to the rise, yeah, we built it on the grind. Trench talk, real talk, leave the fake ones behind. We don't fold, we don't break, every move we define. It's the code from the trenches where the real ones align.
So a couple of days before the Super Bowl, DJ Academics, yeah, the guy who probably got his PhD in Twitter beef studies, decided to leak what he claimed was Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime set list. Now, when this leaked list hit the internet, people lost their collective minds faster than a vegan at a barbecue. Why? Because it looked like someone threw darts at a board while blindfolded, drunk, and possibly high on expired cough syrup. I mean, squabble up, peekaboo, man at the garden, what in the Walmart clearance bin is this? Enter Joe Budden, the human equivalent of a middle finger with a podcast. Joe saw this list and immediately went full roast mode. He's like, yo, if you believe this is real, you're dumber than a screen door on a submarine. And then he proceeds to read the list out loud like it's the worst menu at a sketchy diner. Bodies, Euphoria, Certified Lover Boy. Joe's like, this is the worst April Fool's joke I've ever seen. If Kendrick actually does this, someone needs to punch him in the face and save us all. But wait, plot twist, Super Bowl Sunday rolls around and guess what? The set list was real. Kendrick Lamar actually performed that chaotic mess of a lineup, and DJ Academics, oh, he's out here taking credit like he just discovered fire. He's like, yeah, I leaked it hoping Kendrick would change it, but nah, he doubled down. I tried to save y'all, but y'all didn't listen. Meanwhile, the person who gave him the leak is probably updating their resume because they're about to get fired faster than you can say Super Bowl snack table. Now Joe Budden is in the hot seat. Everyone's like, yo, Joe, you talked all that trash, but Kendrick killed it. What now, big guy? Joe's got two options. He can either pull a reverse Uno card and say, okay, fine, I was wrong, it was actually fire, or he can double down like a stubborn mule and say, nah, that set list still stinks like 2-week-old leftovers. But here's the kicker. Kendrick Lamar is out here playing 4D chess while everyone else is playing checkers. He could have played all his hits, but nah, he said, let me confuse the hell out of everyone and still slay. And slay he did. Meanwhile, Joe's over here looking like a clown who just got pied in the face. Alright, so now picture this. Joe Budden, the self-proclaimed hip-hop gatekeeper, sees Kendrick's Super Bowl track list leak and instantly loses his mind. I'm talking full-blown meltdown, veins popping, forehead shining, just disgusted. My boy saw the list and immediately turned into a disappointed father at a parent-teacher conference. You could practically hear the sigh through the screen. Joe is like, ain't no way this is real. Whoever made this is not from the culture. My man called this the worst Super Bowl lineup in history. Like somebody had Kendrick out there performing unreleased SoundCloud freestyles in front of millions. You would have thought they put Blueface and Ice JJ Fish on the set list the way Joe was panicking. He was straight up ready to call Roger Goodell himself and file a complaint. But then the plot thickens. Turns out the track list was 100% real. And not only that, but DJ Academics, yes, Mr. Gossip Girl of hip hop himself, was the one who leaked it. And how did he get it? From a random fan working at the Super Bowl stadium. My boy Kendrick out here running a top secret operation, and the whole plan got exposed by some dude who probably sells nachos at halftime. Now let's talk about the performance. Kendrick came out and put on a masterpiece, but all eyes were on Joe. Everybody wanted to see if he was going to keep that same disgusted energy or if he was going to backpedal like an NFL cornerback. And when he hopped on his podcast, oh, he backpedaled alright. I ain't never seen somebody switch up so fast, bro. Went from this is the worst set list ever to this was actually bold and artistic. The man hit a full Usher My Way 360-degree spin move on his own take. Joe tried to finesse it like, nah, see, now that I've watched it, I get it. It's about storytelling. Oh, so when Kendrick tells a story, it's art, but when Twitter roasts you, it's unfair? Got it. He even threw in, I still don't like the set list, but I respect the vision. Bro, that's like saying, I hate the food, but I respect the chef. Just say, you were wrong and move on, and don't think we ain't peeped the real reason he ain't go too hard. Joe been Team Kendrick ever since the Drake beef popped off. Ain't no way he was about to hop on that mic and give haters a gotcha moment. That's like being in a gang and getting caught liking a rival rapper's song. He had to toe the line carefully, like, I hated the set list. Safe take. The performance was brilliant. Still safe. Kendrick is an Israelite. Now we getting weird. Joe went on a whole side quest about blackness, Israelites, and economic systems, like he was delivering a TED talk nobody asked for. Bro was really about to start a Black Panther book club right there on the pod. Meanwhile, the rest of us just wanted to know if he still thought the set list was trash. and now some folks mad saying Joe lost credibility. Listen, y'all expected him to come on air and completely trash the performance? Yeah, okay. That would have been the quickest industry exile in hip-hop history. Kendrick got TDE, Dr. Dre, and half the West Coast behind him. Joe no better than to risk never getting another feature or interview again. Moral of the story? Everybody in hip-hop got their team and they ain't switching up. Just like Ak is gonna ride for Drake till the wheels fall off, Joe's gonna stay on Kendrick's side even if Kendrick comes out at the next Super Bowl doing interpretive dance to swimming pools. And now let's not forget about Drake's new album and its 21 songs of, well, let's just say it's a lot. An hour and 13 minutes of Drake doing what Drake does best, singing, rapping, and reminding everyone that he's the king of passive-aggressive subliminals. But there's one song that's got everyone talking, Give Me a Hug. And no, it's not about Drake finally embracing his emotions. It's about him bodying anyone who dares to come for his crown. Drake decides to take a shot at his longtime frenemy, Joe Budden. For those who don't know, Joe's been coming for Drake on his podcast like it's his part-time job. So what does Drake do? He drops this gem. Melissa Ford, you a legend from the 6. Hate to see you with a deep key sucker. Oof. For context, Melissa Ford is Joe's co-host, and Drake's basically calling Joe a, well, you get the idea. It's the kind of diss that makes you go, damn, did he really just say that? But wait, it gets better. Joe recently went on his podcast and said, hey Drake, don't shoot at me now that you're ice cold. I'm not doing back and forth with a corpse. And then Drake claps back with this line on the album. Timing, immaculate, shade, legendary. Joe's probably somewhere screaming into a pillow right now. Now, let's talk about the album itself. It's a Drake album. If you love melodic Drake crooning about his feelings, you're in for a treat. If you're here for hard bars, you might be a little disappointed, but let's be real, we're all just here for the drama anyway. And speaking of drama, no, there are no shots at Kendrick Lamar on this album. I know, some of y'all were hoping for round 2 of that beef, but Drake's too busy roasting Joe Budden to care. So what's the verdict? Drake's album is solid, but the real star of the show is the sheer audacity of this man. He's out here calling people corpses, taunting his haters, and reminding everyone why he's been at the top for over a decade. Meanwhile, Joe Budden's probably drafting a 45-minute podcast rant as we speak. Drop a comment below. What do you think of Drake's shots at Joe Budden? Is this the pettiest diss of the year, or is Drake just being Drake? Like, subscribe, and hit that bell because this beef is juicier than a Thanksgiving turkey. Peace out.